You're listening to Speak English with Chat.
On Chat English. Welcome back to Chat English, where you learn to speak your truth. It is Friday night. Listen, can you hear the rain tapping against the window? You have a warm blanket, a fresh cup of tea, and you are finally relaxing. Then your phone buzzes. It is a text from your friend. Come to the party, everyone is here. Your heart sinks. You want to stay on the couch, but you type, sure, because you are terrified of looking boring or rude.
I used to do this constantly. I would go out when I was exhausted, spend money I didn't have, and honestly, I would resent the whole night. I just didn't have the words to choose myself without feeling like I was letting everyone down.
Today, we are learning the soft no. 3 natural ways to decline an invitation, keep your friends, and actually enjoy staying home without a single ounce of guilt. Dan, that feeling you described, resentment, is such a heavy word, isn't it? But it is exactly what happens when we ignore what our body is telling us.
It really is. It's like you are betraying yourself to please someone else. And the worst part is, you are not even good company when you go out like that. You're physically there, but mentally, you're back on the couch with that tea.
Exactly. You are present, but you are not present. And I think for a lot of English learners, this is even harder, because saying no in a second language feels blunt. It feels aggressive.
It does. If I just say, no, I'm not coming, it sounds like I am angry. So we default to yes, because yes is easy. Yes is safe.
But yes is expensive. It costs you your energy. So before we get into the exact phrases, I want to talk about a concept that changed my life. We all know FOMO, right? Fear of missing out.
Oh yeah, that's scrolling through Instagram feeling, seeing everyone having fun and feeling like your life is small.
Exactly. But have you heard of JOMO?
JOMO, is that joy of missing out?
That is it. The joy of missing out. It is the satisfaction of knowing you are exactly where you need to be. It's hearing that rain outside and feeling grateful you are not stuck in traffic or shouting over loud music.
That sounds beautiful. I think I felt a little bit of JOMO just hearing you describe it. It feels like permission to rest.
It is permission. And to communicate that permission to our friends, we need to understand something called the social battery. Dan, how is your social battery right now?
Honestly, it's pretty good right now, maybe 80%. But last Friday, it was at maybe 5%. I had a long week at work, lots of meetings, lots of speaking. By the time 7 p.m. hit, I was in low power mode.
Low power mode. I love that image. Just like a phone that needs to be plugged in. And when you're in low power mode, you physically cannot give energy to a party.
Right. And if you try to run a phone on 1% battery, it crashes. Humans are the same.
So, let's look at the first vocabulary phrase to help describe this state. It's a phrase that saves me all the time. I'm going to sit this one out.
I'm going to sit this one out. I like that. It sounds like a sports metaphor, right? Like you're on the team, but for this specific game, you're on the bench.
Exactly. And that is why it's so soft. You aren't saying, I never want to see you. You are saying, for this specific round, I am taking a break. It implies you will be back for the next one.
That is a crucial distinction. It protects the friendship because it's temporary. So how would you use that in a full sentence?
You could say, you guys go ahead and have fun. I think I'm going to sit this one out tonight.
It sounds so chill. I think I'm going to sit this one out. It doesn't sound like a rejection. It sounds like a personal choice.
Let's try another one. This is for when you still want to see your friends, but you cannot handle a high energy event. You can say, I'm keeping it low-key tonight.
Low-key. That is such a common phrase in natural English. It means quiet, relaxed, not flashy, right?
Yes. A low-key night is pajamas, movies, maybe ordering a pizza. A high-key night is clubs, dancing, dressing up.
So if my friend invites me to a big concert, I can say, thanks for the invite, but I'm really needing a low-key night.
Perfect. You are validating their invite, but you are stating your need. And notice, Dan, you didn't apologize. You didn't say, I'm sorry.
Whoa, I didn't even notice that. I usually say sorry about 5 times when I say no. So sorry, really sorry, I can't.
We all do. But when you apologize, you are admitting you did something wrong. Taking care of your social battery is not wrong. It is necessary.
That is a powerful shift. So instead of sorry, I can't, it's I'm needing a low-key night. It turns it from an excuse into a statement of self-care.
Precisely. Now, I want to talk about the grammar of the soft no, because grammar carries emotion. Dan, Listen to these two sentences and tell me how they feel. Sentence A, I will stay home tonight. Sentence B, I'll be staying in tonight.
Sentence A feels rigid. I will stay home. It is like a robot or a judge delivering a verdict. It feels final.
And sentence B?
I'll be staying in tonight. That feels softer. It feels like a flow. It feels like a plan that is already in motion, not a rejection of me.
That is the magic of the future continuous tense. I will be doing. When we use will, it sounds like a decision made in that moment, and it can sound sharp. When we use the continuous, I'll be staying, I'll be passing, it sounds like a plan that is happening around us. It distances the subject from the refusal.
That is such a subtle but important trick. It makes the no feel less personal. It is just what is happening.
Exactly. So let's practice this. We are going to do a little pause and reply session right now. I want you, listening right now, to try this. I am going to be the pushy friend. I am going to invite you out. I want you to refuse me using the future continuous. You can say, I'll be sitting this one out, or I'll be staying in.
Okay, get ready. Alice is going to pressure you. Don't give in.
Hey, you have to come to the karaoke bar tonight. It won't be the same without you. Come on. Good. Did you say it? Did you feel the difference between no, I can't and I'll be sitting this one out?
I tried it in my head too. I'll be sitting this one out. It really does roll off the tongue easier. It feels less confrontational.
It does. And you know, Dan, there is another layer to this. Sometimes the no is hard because we are afraid the invites will stop coming.
That is a real fear. If I say no 3 times in a row, my friends might think I just don't like them, or they might think I'm boring, and then the phone stops buzzing.
That is the fear of being forgotten. And that is why we need the rain check.
Ah, the rain check. This comes from baseball, doesn't it?
It does. Back in the day, if a baseball game was canceled because of rain, the spectators got a ticket for a future game, a rain check. Now it just means, not now, but definitely later.
I use this all the time. It is the best way to say no without actually saying no. You are saying yes to the friendship, but no to the timing.
Beautifully put. Yes to the friendship, no to the timing. So the formula is soft refusal plus rain check. For example, I'm completely drained tonight. Can I take a rain check?
Can I take a rain check? It puts the ball back in the future. It shows you are interested.
Or you can be even more specific. I'm keeping it low-key tonight, but let's grab coffee next week. Rain check?
That is even better because you are suggesting an alternative. You are doing the work of rescheduling. That proves you care.
Exactly. It proves you value them. And that is what people really want. They don't necessarily need you at the party. They just need to know they matter to you.
You know, Alice, listening to all this, I am realizing how much pressure we put on ourselves that isn't real. Most friends, true friends, just want you to be okay.
They do. Think about it. If your friend told you, Dan, I am exhausted. I feel like I'm going to collapse if I go out. Would you force them to come?
No way. I would tell them to go to bed. I would probably send them a pizza.
Exactly. We are so afraid of disappointing people, but people are usually much more understanding than we imagine. We project our own insecurity onto them.
That is a huge realization. We are judging ourselves and we assume they are judging us too.
Right. And speaking of judging ourselves, I want to touch on one more vocabulary word that fits here. Drained.
Drained, like water going down the sink.
Yes. When you are drained, you are empty. It's different from just being tired. Tired means you need sleep. Drained means you need peace.
Oh, I feel that distinction. You can be physically awake but emotionally drained, like after a day of speaking a second language.
Oh, absolutely. That is the biggest drain there is. Your brain is working double time. Translating, listening, checking grammar, it is exhausting.
It is. So listeners, if you have been speaking English all day or working in an English environment, your battery is draining faster than a native speaker's. That is a fact.
It is a biological fact. Your brain is consuming more glucose. You literally need more rest. So saying I'm drained is a valid medical excuse in my book.
I am going to use that. Sorry, medical necessity. My English brain is drained.
I love it. And you know, Dan, once you start using these phrases, sitting it out, low-key, rain check, you start to notice something amazing. You start to actually enjoy the time you reclaimed.
The JOMO kicks in.
The JOMO kicks in. You wake up on Saturday morning, the sun is shining, you feel fresh, you have your coffee, and you think, I am so glad I didn't go out. That Saturday morning fresh feeling is worth 10 Friday nights out. It really is. It is the reward. You bought that morning with your no. You paid for it by setting a boundary.
That is a great way to look at it. You're buying your future happiness.
Before we move on to our quiz, I want to take a quick moment to ask you something. We are talking a lot about protecting your energy today. If you are finding this helpful, if you are feeling a little weight lifting off your shoulders, consider subscribing to the channel.
Yeah, we are building a community here of people who want to speak real English, not just textbook English. And part of real English is knowing how to handle these tricky emotional situations.
Exactly. We have so many more episodes planned about navigating work stress, small talk, and even how to argue politely. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you with us.
All right, Alice, I am feeling recharged just talking about this, but I think it is time to put our listeners to the test.
I think so too. Let's do a best reply quiz. I am going to give you a real-life scenario, and I want you to choose the best response.
Okay, I am ready. Give it to me.
Here's the situation. It's Wednesday night. A coworker, someone you like but aren't super close with, invites you for drinks after work. You are tired, and honestly, you just want to go home and watch Netflix. How do you say no? Option A, no, I don't want to go. I'm tired. Option B, I'm going to pass this time. I'm pretty drained, but thanks for asking. Option C, I can't. I have a lot of things to do at home, but this is a lie.
Ooh, okay, let's break these down. Option A, no, I don't want to go.
It is honest.
It is honest, but ouch, it's a bit like a slap in the face. It's too direct for a coworker relationship. It closes the door completely.
Agreed. It stops the conversation dead. What about option C? I can't. I have things to do.
The classic white lie. Look, we've all done it. But the problem is, if you lie, you have to remember the lie. And also, it doesn't express your true need. You're hiding.
And if they find out you just watched Netflix, it looks bad. Plus, lying drains your battery too.
It does. So that leaves option B. I'm going to pass this time. I'm pretty drained, but thanks for asking.
This is the winner. Why? First, I'm going to pass is that nice continuous flow we talked about. Second, I'm drained is a vulnerable, honest reason that anyone can relate to. And third, thanks for asking keeps the relationship warm.
It is the perfect balance. You are saying no to the drinks, but yes to the person. Thanks for asking is such a small phrase, but it does so much heavy lifting.
It really does. It validates them. It says, I appreciate that you thought of me. And that is all people want to know.
You know, Alice, hearing you break it down like this makes me realize that English isn't just about vocabulary words. It's about emotional intelligence.
That is the secret, Dan. The best speakers aren't the ones with the biggest dictionaries. They're the ones who can make people feel comfortable, even when they're saying no.
Comfortable even when saying no. That is the goal.
Let's try one more scenario. This one is a bit harder. This is a close friend. They're going through a breakup and they want you to come over, but you have a huge presentation tomorrow morning and you need to sleep.
Oof, the stakes are higher here. This is guilt city.
It is. The pressure is high. So option A, I can't. I have work. Option B, you know I love you, but I have a big presentation tomorrow. Can I call you on my way to work in the morning? Option C, I'll come for 10 minutes, knowing you will stay for 3 hours.
Okay, option C is dangerous. I'll come for 10 minutes. That is setting yourself up for failure. You're going to be tired, resentful, and probably bomb your presentation.
And you won't be a good listener for your friend because you'll be checking your watch the whole time.
Exactly. Option A, I can't, I have work, is true. But for a close friend in crisis, it feels cold. It puts work above their heart.
Right, it lacks the cushion. So option B is the masterclass here. You know I love you.
Start with the cushion.
But I have a big presentation. The boundary.
Valid reason.
Can I call you in the morning? The alternative.
The rain check, but a specific rain check. You're offering emotional support, just in a different format. A phone call instead of a visit.
Exactly. You are not saying, I don't care about your breakup. You are saying, I care about you, and I also care about my career. Here is how I can support you while supporting myself.
That is advanced adulting right there. And doing it in a second language, that is impressive.
It is. But memorize that structure. Affirmation, boundary, alternative. It works for everything.
Affirmation, boundary, alternative. I am going to write that down. That is a life skill, not just an English skill.
It really is. And you know, as you practice this, you will find your own voice. Maybe you are someone who says, I'm toast instead of I'm drained.
I'm toast. I love that one. Very American. I'm totally toast tonight.
Or maybe you say, I'm running on fumes.
Like a car with no gas. I'm running on fumes. That is a very vivid image. People immediately understand that you have nothing left to give.
And when you use these metaphors, toast, fumes, battery, people empathize. They go, oh, I get it. Go sleep. They don't think you are rude. They think you are human.
That is the key. We are all human. We all get tired. We all have limits. Sharing those limits is actually a way of connecting.
It is. It is honest vulnerability. And vulnerability builds trust.
Alice, I have a question. What if you say no and the person does get mad? What if they say you are always tired or you are being boring?
That is a tough one, and it happens. If someone pushes back after you've given a soft no, it usually means two things. One, they are feeling insecure and they really need you. Or two, they don't respect your boundaries.
Yeah, and if it's the second one, that is valuable information to have about that friendship.
It is. But in the moment, if someone pushes, you can use the broken record technique.
The broken record, like repeating the same song?
Exactly. You just repeat your boundary, but softer each time. Friend, come on, don't be boring. You, I know, I wish I could, but I'm really drained. Friend, just for 1 hour. You, I really can't tonight, I'm just too beat, but have fun.
You don't offer new excuses. You just stick to the original truth.
Yes, because if you give a new excuse, they will try to solve it. If you say, I don't have a ride, they will say, I'll pick you up.
Oh, that is a trap. Never give a solvable excuse if the real reason is, I don't want to.
Exactly. That is the golden rule. If the reason is, I'm tired, say, I'm tired. If you say it is too expensive, they might offer to pay, and then you are trapped.
That is such good advice. Stick to the internal reason, not the external one. Internal reasons, tired, drained, busy, are harder to argue with.
Precisely. No one can tell you you aren't tired. Only you know that.
This has been such a deep dive, Alice. I feel like I have a whole new toolkit for my Friday nights.
I hope so. And I hope our listeners do too. We have covered a lot today. We talked about JOMO, finding the joy in missing out.
We talked about the social battery and how to check it.
We learned phrases like sit this one out, low key, drained, and rain check.
And we mastered the future continuous. I'll be passing tonight.
And finally, the affirmation boundary alternative method for those tricky situations.
It is a lot, but you don't have to use it all at once. Just pick one phrase. Maybe this Friday, just try, I'm going to sit this one out. See how it feels.
See if the world ends. Spoiler alert, it won't. The party will happen, the sun will rise, and you will wake up rested.
And your true friends will still be there.
They will. Now, we want to hear from you. We want to know what you are going to say no to this week so you can say yes to yourself.
I love that. What are you reclaiming?
In the comments below, I want you to finish this sentence. I'm going to sit out. Maybe it is a dinner. Maybe it is scrolling on your phone. Maybe it is worrying.
I'm going to sit out worrying. That is a good one. I might use that.
So tell us below. I'm going to sit out, and tell us what you are going to do instead.
And hey, if you enjoyed this conversation, if you felt a little spark of JOMO, don't forget to check the description. We've put together a free PDF with all these phrases, the definitions, and the quiz scenarios so you can practice offline.
It is a great way to review before you send that text message. Keep it on your phone for emergencies.
Emergency boundary kit.
Exactly. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We know you could have been doing a million other things, so we appreciate that you chose to be here.
We really do. Be kind to yourself this week. Respect your battery.
And remember, sometimes the most productive thing you can do is rest. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.